Welcome viewers, this is Winch here. I want to talk about an interesting topic to myself and introduce you to my stats here. I'm sure maybe some of you have looked them up before. Nothing incredible here, but I would say above average. As you can see, I try to play a balanced role here, but I want to take you through the weapons in this video. I want to ask you guys, what is your golden gun? What I mean by that, what is a gun you use consistently and what works for you all the time? Because as you can see here in my top list, I don't have any. And I struggle with this on a daily basis, and I'm always running through my mind what gun I want to run with. As you can see, I have lots of service stars with somewhat unused weapons, or maybe not mainstream weapons. I think you'll see it's interesting to see just how few kills I have with some of the very popular weapons out there, and they just kind of left a sour taste in my mind from my observation on the battlefield, because I see people running with them all the time. With that being said, like the F2000, for example, look at that. A measly 3 service stars. Look at the, where is it? AEK, 2 service stars. I mean, I see guys rolling with that gun all day long and tearing me up and down all day long open with that gun. G36, 1 service star. And that's a good gun. MP7, 1 service star. M5K, same thing. So you can see lots of these guns are very good guns. All guns in Battlefield 3 are very balanced and very have a unique personality in their own, which is why I kind of coin names with guns. It's kind of humorous way of adopting a weapon's personality, and I like to attribute it to female names, but that's just me. But I certainly recognize, look how few kills with shotguns. I hate shotguns, and forgive me for the USAS frag video. I know, I'm still hearing about it today. Look at that, 0 kills with the M40. Obviously, I'm not a precision sniper, but as you can see, with my loadouts, I like to play all roles, but I find every weapon has its strengths and its weakness, and it all depends on the map, the game mode, players I'm playing against, how my personal aim's doing that day. And then some days I'll love a gun, and then the next day I will hate a gun. And I find myself today really struggling, and I don't know if it's my own personal skill level changing or what's going on, but I'm finding myself constantly reevaluating my loadout. My number 1 weapon is the VAL. I hardly ever touch it right now. That's the AS VAL PDW. Hardly ever touch it. MP7, or excuse me, the M27, the second most used gun in my arsenal. Hardly can use it at all. There's a nice little triple, and then G36 here, as you can see, as I'm running through this kill streak, I have 1 service star with this gun, picked it up, did really good with it, and then the next day I'll just do abysmal with it. And I don't know, it feels like it's almost like a case of like a mental dementia here or something in terms of my personal performance with guns I've tested time and true and sworn by them, the loadouts, and maintain the consistent loadout across the board. The M27, a perfect example. And nowadays, it just seems like I pick them up and I'm just like pulling my hair out like, what happened to me? And I don't know if you guys share this commonality. I know occasionally it has to do with the server connection and lag, but let's face it, guys, this isn't Call of Duty where we have dedicated or non-dedicated servers. So I really don't feel like lag's an issue for the most part. I feel like it's my own personal play style. And it seems strange to say that, you know, with the hundreds of hours I have in this game. I don't have the most experience by any means, but, you know, 700 hours is pretty respectable. Pretty embarrassing. I try not to quote that number too often. But you would think that when you have, for example, with my AS VAL, when I have 6,000 kills with that gun, or the M27, 5,000 kills with that gun, you would think I would know that gun enough by now to know specifically what I want to put on it in terms of grip or heavy barrel. I still struggle with that on a daily basis. Or the grip or the bipod, or the heavy barrel or flash suppressor, and I'm sure we all do this with all our guns, and that's one of the beautiful things about Battlefield 3, but it's also one of the most frustrating things. I think you guys might agree with that. No, I am enjoying the trollage, gentlemen. Yes, I am, and that's how quick it goes there. I'm ready for you, and bring it on, gentlemen. All day long I see this stuff, and it's incredible. It's incredible how much knifing I get and receive, and you'll see it here, of course, in all my videos from here on out, how it changes the dynamic of the game. Still will be posting my troll win share videos, but it's inevitable. In every game I play, I will have clips like this to kind of squeeze in here. So it's pretty much saturated all my content now. But check this out. I know this guy's coming up. Need for Speed guy. I'm camping. I'm going to admit it. I'm camping. I'm scared. I know who's coming for me because this guy's beast. Check out his stats. He's one of the best in my clan. He's a leader. Need for Speed guy. Coming up with AN94. Here we go. Now, I don't know what happens here. I'm going to replay this in slow motion and fast motion. Whoa. There's real slow. Like, my aim goes full right. Like, did that gun just, like, knock my aim off? It could be me panic wrapping the controller, but I settled myself down. But there it is. That's his golden gun. Or just about anything you put in that guy's hands. But it used to be with him, the M16A3. Now, if he picks up the AN94, like most players, he's God. And I mean untouchable with that weapon. And I see that a lot. Another good example. The AN94, as you saw in my stats, I've got a lot of kills with that gun. It's in my top 10 easily. I think my top 5th or 6th weapon. Thousands of kills with that gun. Nowadays, I don't even touch it. I can't use it, don't like it. I feel like my aim is not what it used to be. I don't know if I'm just suffering this long, slow decline, but I want to solicit your guys' advice out there in terms of what you're observing on the battlefield. What is the most feared weapon in your perception? What is your personal favorite weapon? And what loadouts do you guys use on it? Because I'm kind of curious. Based on my observations, all I see all day long is the A94 with a grip and heavy barrel. I see the AEK 971 with a grip and a heavy barrel. And you know, in terms of assault rules all out in this game. And it's really kind of frustrating a lot of times that assault. I feel like you just cannot put down assault class weapons unless you resort to assault class weapon. Later on in this footage, I'll show you, of course, some range clips. And check this out. Here's my little insurance policy. But back to my meat and potatoes gun. This is where my roots started, the M60. I've always liked the versatility of this gun. I use a bipod a lot on it. And don't you hate it when you get interrupted? Look, I just deployed my bipod. All right, I'll pull it back. You want to try come back rage me? No. All right, C4. Now let's get back on task. Anyway, this M60 has always been something that I've been comfortable with this weapon, but it's so inconsistent. And I'll be the first to say it. Some days I'm astonished how good this gun is, even at close range, on the run and gun, on the fly, long range, medium range, short range. It does it all. And then tomorrow I'll swear I'll pop this game in, and I can't use this gun for the life of me unless I got a bipod out on it. And I'm like, what happened to the short range and the mid range and the on the fly run and gun action? It all disappeared. And it's not just this gun. I mean, it's every single gun I play with. And Type 88, here's another weapon I have almost no experience with. They've really patched this gun a lot lately and buffed it up quite a bit. So it's not the weapon's fault. It's just me overlooking it because I always had that stigma attached to it that was just deplorable. But this is a good example. That's why I brought these clips in here. This is a good example of a weapon that has been buffed so many times in patches, but in our previous experience with Battlefield 3, we just overlooked it because we just knew it was so bad. The other one was like, ooh, look at these double failure right here. Another one was like the QBZ 95. Ooh, yeah, here we go. Check out this guy's name. Let it begin. The QBZ 95, you know, there's a couple other weapons that have been buffed quite a bit in the patches, SG 553, but people just kind of overlook them because they've never really enjoyed them in the first place, and they just get that ingrained in their mind that that gun's terrible, so they'll never use it. So Type 88 now, I noticed it gets a lot of bullets on target. It's very accurate. It's a good run and gun weapon, kind of like the LSAT, maybe even a little better than the LSAT. But in my experience, it just doesn't put people down. You get lots of hit markers on them, and I'm like, you know, how many does it take before I finally kill a person? And I knew this guy was coming after me. I was trying to get some distance, but he grabbed me quick on the front night. Number 2, A is cool. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. So, yeah, here we go again. C4. You know, I can't get enough of these clips, as you see. For the most part, though, I find myself in situations where I find myself surprised how often I can live in certain scenarios, which I'm going to show up in the next clip here. It's kind of a culmination of several thoughts here, though, but I like slowing down clips like this, too, when you're kind of taking out that car explosion there. It's kind of cool. I thought at first that explosion took him out, but it actually was my bullets when I saw it here in replay in the slow motion. Here again, check out this mini-map. Absolutely dead, right? Nobody around me. I'm like, okay, I got a minute to take a pot shot at this. I swear these guys come out of the ground like zombies. Third knife. AS cool. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the trolling. Again, I see this stuff on a daily basis, guys. So humor me with the sense of humor I have with it, because some days I'm about ready just to throw the remote through the TV. But I say I welcome the trollage, but careful what you wish for, because some days it's just incredible how many people are hunting me down. I guess there's some servers out there or some web pages where you can look up a player's name, find out what server they're on. Search that server, join up, so that's how people are finding me. Oh, and just in the nick of time, when you got 4% health left, nothing like a tank rolling down that you can find sanctuary in. Again, this weapon, what's going on with the 50 caliber machine guns? Even in the Jeeps, the tanks, whatever. Why does it take so many hit markers? I just feel like I'm pissing in the wind here. I'm never getting any kills in this position with this weapon. Obviously, suppression's not a factor in terms of your aim when you're in this gunner seat. But, you know, I just feel you really are a supportive role in the gunner position, but I wish this was more of a formidable weapon. Now right here, talking about survivability, this is just one of these moments in Battlefield 3 I couldn't resist but put it in. Yeah, I take this guy out, unfortunately just a second too late, but he detonates that C4, produces a gaping hole in this building. I hear the creaks. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get out of here before this building falls down on me. And check that out, the destructibility. I don't know if I can ever play a game that doesn't have this kind of in-depth bring you in, or bringing you in aware of your surroundings. It's just incredible. This game is just so much fun, is it not? Even over a year later. So the MTAR here, a weapon that is just what I find to be one of my increasing strengths in this game. If there is a saving grace in this game, if you're in the same boat as me, is where I'm trying to get the meaning at in this video. If you're in the same boat as me, look how many times I cheat death in this video. It's just unbelievable. If you're finding yourself struggling with whatever weapon, initially I didn't like this gun. I kept playing with it. The more I play with it, the more I like it. I'm like, wait a minute, this gun really works for me on a day-to-day basis. If there's anything I can count on in a pinch, it's this gun. Check this out. Oh yeah, pull out the MP443. Just look at these guys coming at me, left and right. I don't know how many times I cheated death in that clip, but that was a lot of fun. So the MTAR, it seems to be right now at this moment in time my favorite weapon in terms of I can depend on this gun. It has gotten me out of so many binds I can't even begin to show you them all. And I'm really disappointed in this footage right here. Again, Murphy knows me well. He knows when to mess with me, and this was perfect. At the end of this clip, unfortunately the footage runs dry because I forgot to plug in my computer power cord during filming. It had felt fallen out inadvertently, and so of course, like always, the footage stops right at the crescendo of this incredible gameplay. And I say incredible, I mean like stuff I have only seen in a few times in my history in this game in terms of my personal level of enjoyment. I escaped death so many times, putting down multiple enemies at point blank range with this gun, and running out of ammo, still managing to knife a guy. And again, all that happened after this last clip you're about to see, and this is just me warming up to it. So I apologize for not being able to bring you that genuine epic moment. But you notice how you can lay down prone and increase your accuracy? That's another thing I want to touch on. Don't forget that tip. It's not just to reduce your vertical signature. It will also increase your accuracy on 90% of the weapons out there. I won't say all of them, but certainly this is one of them. So please leave a comment, guys. Please like and subscribe to the video as I wrap up with this last nice double clip failure. Let me know what you guys want to see in terms of weapon loadouts. Let me know what works for you. What is your golden gun? And are you on the same playing field with me in terms of having difficulty with weapons of former glory disappointing you now? Is it just me, or is it just open your mind to new horizons, I guess is what the summary of this video is. Check out all the weapons out there. If something's struggling with you, try a different loadout. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have more to come.